Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're unraveling a pretty fascinating story about money, human behavior, and the really subtle art of building quiet wealth. To kick things off, I want you to picture something with me. This physical object is going to be the absolute center of our journey today. Just imagine a 6-year-old leather wallet. The strap is torn, probably for the third time this year. It's quite literally being held together by tape, and yet it just sits on the counter every day, completely untouched and unreplaced. It's battered, it's worn out, and honestly, it tells a story that is profoundly relatable to pretty much all of us. Think about that for a second. A wallet like that doesn't actually hold your cash, it holds your choices. Every folded $20 bill you've ever pulled out of it, every single crumpled receipt you've shoved inside and completely forgot about, they are all physical markers of a choice you made. So today, we're going to trace the journey of this very wallet, and we're going to shift our focus from reactionary, accidental spending to a state of highly intentional, quiet wealth.
All right, let's dive right into section 1, the psychology of spending. So picture a totally normal Tuesday night. You're chilling on the couch, mindlessly scrolling on your phone, and you see your neighbor, Odalis, just posted a photo of her new patio setup. I'm talking a beautiful fire pit, string lights, the whole shebang. Now, you literally did not care about fire pits a minute ago, but suddenly this really uncomfortable feeling settles right in your chest. You kind of feel behind. Well, that's the trigger. And the immediate response? Ordering a $20 pizza delivery that you absolutely did not plan for. You weren't even hungry 20 minutes ago, but the scroll moves way faster than your logic. You pull a folded 20 from the wallet without even thinking. And why? Because you wanted, just for 6 seconds, to not feel behind. Buying that pizza was a lightning-fast, totally unconscious reaction to try and catch up to a lifestyle that isn't even yours.
Here's the crazy part. Odalis didn't do anything to you. She literally just posted a picture. But our brains are hardwired to interpret this as a scoreboard, and scoreboards demand a response. That $20 had absolutely nothing to do with hunger. It was a subconscious reaction to an invisible competition. And this right here represents our most common daily financial leak, spending our money to close a gap that was never even real to begin with.
Moving right along to section 2, catching the quiet leaks.
Okay, picture a Saturday morning. You're sitting in a laundromat, you're waiting on a dryer, smelling that fabric softener in the air. You're super bored, so you pull an old receipt out of that taped-up wallet and just start doing some mental math. You open your banking app to check a deposit, and you spot this number, $7. I mean, it's tiny, right? But it's a monthly bank maintenance fee. It's a line item you have scrolled past 100 times without ever actually reading it. And finding this small number completely by accident while waiting on your laundry, it's about to unlock a massive realization. Because do the math with me here. $7 in 1 month, that doesn't hurt. But over 1 year, that's $84. Over the 4 years you've had that account, that is $336. The crazy part is, sitting in your car 2 days later, it took exactly an 11-minute hold and a 4-minute chat with a customer service rep named Priyanka to fix it instantly by setting up a direct deposit rule. Priyanka just waived the fee just like that. But the real damage of not looking for 4 entire years, that was already done. And this brings us to a huge takeaway from that trip to the laundromat. The absolute worst costs don't hurt in the moment. They disguise themselves as weather. They're just background noise. They take away your agency entirely because you never actively decided to pay them. Nobody asked for your permission. It was literally just the absence of you showing up to say no.
Okay, on to section 3, the weight of fare.
Set the scene. It's a Thursday morning, you open the cabinet under your kitchen sink, and boom, your socks land in a puddle. The pipe is leaking. So a plumber named Desmond comes out, fixes the corroded joint in like 6 minutes, and hands over a bill for $290. Your partner, Theo, immediately pulls out his phone to Venmo you for half. Now, a 50-50 split is super traditional, and it's easy on paper, but you and Theo don't make the same amount of money. So instead of just blindly splitting it down the middle, you literally sit down on the kitchen floor and calculate an equitable 60-40 ratio based on your actual take-home pay. And this introduces such a brilliant concept. You tell Theo you're not asking him to pay more just to get a break. You're asking because half of $290 costs you something fundamentally different from what it costs him. Identical dollar amounts carry totally different weights depending on your income. You want just the same amount of ouch, not the same dollar figure. That awkward but totally vital kitchen floor conversation, it changed how they handled fairness forever. And we see this exact same intentional spending mindset apply to family too. Take your sister Junie. She's having a baby, and you're looking at her registry online. Of course, all the cheap items are already gone. There's this $210 crib mobile left, and you actually consider buying it on a payment plan just to avoid looking cheap to some cousin at the gift table. Performing for the audience. But true intentional wealth means completely ignoring the audience. So you close the tab, you call Junie, and you ask what she actually needs. The real need? Blocking off 4 days to do her dishes at 7 a.m. while she finally gets to sleep. That is actual priceless value. And spoiler alert, it doesn't require a payment plan. Which brings us to a major turning point. Section 4, Building Quiet Wealth. It all starts in a break room on a random Wednesday with a coworker named Nadia. She's eating leftover rice out of this old container, and she's complaining about a really dumb mistake she made, missing out on the company retirement match because she never opened the open enrollment email. Her complaining sparks immediate action for you. You finally read your email, and you build a system to automate your financial piece. Step 1, you opt into the 4% employer match. That is literal free money you had been ignoring for 2 years. Step 2, you and Theo open a shared account for joint bills, automatically funded by that 60-40 ratio we just talked about. And Step 3, whatever is left goes into your separate, completely guilt-free personal accounts. No more keeping score over who covered a $9 Target run. That exhausting weekly friction, it is completely eliminated. Now, let's fast forward a bit to tax season in late February. You're filling out your forms, and you uncover this incredible, surprising number, $1,420. This is your automated investment return generated entirely in the background. You didn't pick up extra shifts, you didn't skip dinners out. This money just grew quietly on its own while you were busy, living your life, doing dishes and hanging out with Theo. But here's the thing you really need to take away from this. The real victory wasn't just the dollar amount on the screen. It was this profound realization. True progress is the absence of needing to constantly check your banking app. It's the profound relief of just trusting the automated system you built. All that anxiety is gone, and it's replaced by a quiet confidence that your finances are finally working for you instead of against you. And finally, Section 5, Passing the Wallet. Let's bring this whole powerful narrative full circle with Soraya. She's a 22-year-old new hire whose desk is just 2 rows down from yours. It's a Friday, and Soraya is staring at her very first real paycheck. You can literally see the temptation written all over her face. She is doing the mental math of what she can buy right this very second. After work, she catches you by the elevator and asks this exact question. How do you not just spend it all right away? She almost bought shoes she didn't even need just walking to her car. Now, you could give her a boring financial lecture, sure, but we all know lectures don't stick. What actually sticks is physical, lived-in proof. So you go home, you open the drawer by the stairs, and you grab that old, taped-up leather wallet. The next day, you set that wallet right on Soraya's desk. It's officially retired from your pocket and passed down to her. And inside, there is 0 cash. There is only one thing, that faded laundry receipt with the number $336 written on the back. It is the ultimate, undeniable physical proof of your biggest passive financial mistake. When Soraya asks what it is, you deliver this unforgettable line. I kept it so I wouldn't forget how easy it is to not look. I really want you to sit with that quote for a second. Because look, we all have our own patios we get jealous of, our own leaky pipes, our own background noise draining our hard-earned resources. The real question is, are you ready to finally open up your own old receipts, examine your financial background noise, and actually start looking? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep looking closely, and I'll catch you next time.